Listen to this. Hillary Clinton just stunned Democrats by throwing out an endorsement in one of the party's biggest primaries. The failed presidential candidate is backing Westchester County Executive George Latimer, who was challenging incumbent squad member Jamaal Bowman for a congressional seat in New York's 16th district. Clinton writing on X, with Trump on the ballot, we need strong, principled Democrats in Congress more than ever. In Congress, George Latimer will protect abortion rights, stand up to the NRA, and fight for President Biden's agenda, just like he's always done.
David Webb is a host of The David Webb Show and a Fox News contributor. And David joins us now. David, what do you make of this Dem-on-Dem violence? The queen of the establishment in Hillary Clinton versus the squad.
Let's go down a different road. Donors to the Clinton Foundation, people like over the years you've had Haim Saban, George Soros, names sound familiar, the Jewish Fund out of Chicago, big donor organizations. Hillary Clinton's got to protect the Clinton Foundation. Hillary Clinton doesn't care between the two. At one point she said, I'm the most progressive when she was running against Donald Trump, right? She was her progressive credential. Jamaal Bowman upset the money cart, not the apple cart politically, and she's protecting it. Her endorsement of Latimer, well, pretty much irrelevant. A lot of endorsements are, to be honest, but irrelevant. Latimer already shows a lot of lead, a lot of strong polling against Bowman. Bowman's a known liar. He committed a crime in the House by pulling the fire alarm. This guy is damaged goods, and in a former Westchester County executive against a progressive Democrat, it's kind of a straightforward. So Clinton's protecting her donor base.
Well, yeah, but Clinton doesn't have anything to do with the fact that the polling already shows before this endorsement that Jamaal Bowman is down 17 points.
The alarm bells are ringing.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah.
And a lot of people say that it's because of his stance on Israel. Remember when he came out and supported a lot of these protests and what's going on? People in his district don't like that.
No, and again, combine all of that. Again, the bad press, but really, think about how the Clintons have survived. They know how to play the game as it goes along. And they're getting a lot of pushback from these funds and these major donors. And think about this. George Soros' organizations fund a lot of this. We've seen that. The money trail is established. But George Soros also donates to the Clinton Foundation. So it's kind of an interesting insight.
With the Clintons, it's always about the money, and you can always follow the money for that
$3 billion plus.
They're public servants, David Webb. Meantime, I want to get your thoughts on this. Nathan Wade did an interview with CNN, and this is not a joke, this is real. His media consultant actually interrupted after he was asked about his relationship with Fulton County DA Fani Willis.
Audio issues.
Watch this.
There's been this effort to say that, okay, these exact dates are at issue, and these exact dates are. I'm getting signaled here.
Yeah, take it. Want to go off mic for a second?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll stop down there.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
The old audio issues there.
No, I don't think it was audio issues. Yeah, I'm getting signaled by the consultant. I thought there was signal in his ear.
I don't know about you, David. When it comes to Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, I think that former couple, they need new media consultants to teach them about optics.
They also need some new attorneys. Remember, there's still some legal battles going on underway, which could involve her involve him and his relationship with her. There's still an effort to get her disqualified. So there's more going on, and the last thing they need is a blowhard who wasn't qualified to do the job, screwing up the dates, which then goes into the appeal. These two are like the worst power couple, we'll call it that, or the low power couple when it comes legally. They're only interested in going after Trump. They can't affect that case. That's what this is about.
So there's also something interesting going on with Jay-Z. His organization, Rock Nation, appears to be supporting school choice, supporting these vouchers for young people who live in underprivileged communities. Typically a Republican issue, and he's saying that this is the right way to go.
He got a lot of pushback for doing that, but think about it. In Philadelphia, where 65% of black parents, as reported, have moved since COVID, moved their kids into charter schools, the failing schools in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania has charter schools. It has choice, something the governor fought against. I think it's a good move for him. Look, I can't know all his reasons, but it's not a bad business investment in the future of people in human capital. So good for him.
But 20 seconds before we need to go off to Fox and Friends, why does the far left hate the fact that parents, especially black parents, want choice when it comes to where and how their kids are educated?
Because it's a loss of control. You can't have people learning, growing, and running their lives. If you're the big government group, you take them on. You want to own them.
Yeah, AFT, Pennsylvania Teachers Union president pushed back on social media saying this ain't it to Jay-Z's announcement, but did not say why.
Well, he took a picture with a major choice supporter. That's the problem with Jeffrey Yass.
David, thank you so much for joining us on this busy news day. President Biden in Italy for the G7 summit. There will be continuing coverage of that on Fox and Friends, which starts right now.
Have a great day, everybody.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.